Policymakers are always asking, well, how does this impact business? Well, what does this do to really high earners? We need to be saying, what does this do for kids? What does this do to low-income working families in our state? And how can we put those people first?
We work in the areas of health, education, and then family economic security to make sure that all New Mexico's children have a chance to reach their potential. New Mexico Voices for Children was formed 31 years ago by pediatricians who were concerned about the medical conditions they were seeing in their young patients. And they figured out if they were really going to impact those health conditions of children long term, they really needed to change the social conditions in New Mexico, and that's why we were formed.
Because our children are ranked worst in the nation in child well-being. We're ranked 50th in the Kids Count Index, and that many of our children have really high hurdles to success.
We have pockets of the state that are very high income, yet we have some of the poorest counties in the entire nation.
We use all different kinds of data to try and illustrate and highlight and understand, frankly, just exactly what's happening with New Mexico's children and families and why there are conditions that are preventing children and families from thriving here.
We dig into the data, we look at what other states are doing, we look at what the evidence says about how you create great opportunities for kids. And then we take that research and we talk about it with partners, we talk about it with community members in New Mexico, we talk with policymakers, people all over the state to see what they're seeing in their communities, to find and identify policy solutions that would really work for New Mexico.
And translating that into very specific budget changes or tax changes. That's the work that we do, and we try to help lawmakers find the best way to do that. I'm often asked, well, we would love to do all those things, but where do you expect us to get the money? So we became the experts in where to get the money. And a lot of our work is on tax policy and the state budget.
It's a different experience to tell people, to tell lawmakers, the nearly 25% of kids in New Mexico who don't have enough to eat. It makes it harder for them to go to school and learn and do well. It makes them harder to sit still in their desks all day if they haven't had a meal since the day before. And it makes it harder for them to really thrive the way that we know they have the potential to. And so it's up to us to not just bring that data and research, but also to connect it to the experiences and to the challenges that New Mexicans are facing.
One measure of success for us is getting our policy initiatives adopted by the New Mexico State Legislature, but that's only the first piece of it. Ultimately, what we are trying to do is impact the social conditions in New Mexico to make sure that all children have an opportunity to thrive. So ultimately, what we are looking at in the data is whether or not those policy initiatives have really moved the needle on the data.
One of the things that's most important for us moving forward is that everybody sees how policies and systems are really hindering or creating opportunities for New Mexico's kids and families. That they see that what happens in the roundhouse during the legislative session, that has the potential to really benefit or create challenges for 500,000 kids in New Mexico. And that the most important thing that we can all do to create opportunities and to create a better future is to look at those policies and to look at those systems. And for everybody to be thinking about how we create opportunities through policy for all of New Mexico's kids and families.